Red-robed cardinals on Monday picked May 7th for the conclave to elect a new leader of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics following the death of Pope Francis. Dozens of so-called princes of the Church met at 9 a.m. at the Vatican to decide on the secretive election process. The Church's 252 cardinals were called back to Rome following the death of Francis on April 21st, although only 135 are aged under 80 and therefore eligible to vote for a new pope. They hail from all corners of the globe, and many of them do not know each other, but they already had 4 meetings last week, so-called general congregations, where they began to get better acquainted. Cardinal Gualtiero Bassetti, 83, a former head of the Italian Bishops' Conference, said there was a beautiful, fraternal atmosphere. Of course, there may be some difficulties because the voters have never been so numerous and not everyone knows each other, he told Italy's Corriere della Sera newspaper. So far, there are few clues as to who they might choose. I believe that if Francis has been the Pope of surprises, this conclave will be too, as it is not at all predictable, Spanish Cardinal José Cobo told El País in an interview published on Sunday. Francis was laid to rest on Saturday with a funeral and burial ceremony that drew 400,000 people to St. Peter's Square and beyond, including royalty, world leaders, and ordinary pilgrims. Vast crowds also gathered on Sunday to view his marble tomb in the Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica in Rome after the Pope of the Poor opted to be buried outside the Vatican's walls. With conflicts and diplomatic crises raging around the world, Italian Cardinal Pietro Parolin, who under Francis was Secretary of State, the Pope's number 2, is for many the favorite to succeed him. British bookmakers William Hill put him slightly ahead of Filipino Luis Antonio Tagle, the Metropolitan Archbishop Emeritus of Manila, followed by Ghana's Cardinal Peter Turkson. Next in their odds come Pierbattista Pizzaballa, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Guinea's Cardinal Robert Sarah, and Matteo Zuppi, the Archbishop of Bologna. Right Pope Ricardo Cruz, 44, a data and artificial intelligence specialist who came to see Francis's tomb on Sunday, said that as a Filipino, he hoped the next pope would be from Asia, but as a Catholic, he just hoped the cardinals would pick the right pope. While Francis's efforts to create a more compassionate church earned him widespread affection and respect, some of his reforms angered the church's conservative wing, particularly in the United States and Africa. Roberto Regoli, a professor of church history and culture at the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome, told AFP that the cardinals would be looking to find someone who knows how to forge greater unity. We are in a period in which Catholicism is experiencing various polarizations, so I don't imagine it will be a very, very quick conclave, he said. Bassetti, who is too old to participate, however, said he thought it will not be long. Some 80% of the cardinal electors were appointed by Francis, though that is no guarantee they will pick a successor in his likeness. Most are relatively young, and for many, it is their first conclave. We need a courageous leader. The vote, held in the Sistine Chapel with its 16th century ceiling frescoed by Michelangelo, is highly secretive and follows strict rules and ceremonial procedures. The process could take several days, or potentially longer. There are 4 votes per day, 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, until one candidate secures a 2/3 majority. Fewer than half of those eligible to vote are European. The future pope must have a universal heart, love all the continents. We must not look at color, at origin, but at what is proposed. Cardinal Dieudonné Zapalainga from the Central African Republic told the Italian newspaper Il Messaggero, "We need a courageous leader, a bold one, capable of speaking forcefully, of holding the helm of the church steady even in storms, offering stability in an era of great uncertainty." Patrizia Spotti, a 68-year-old Italian visiting Rome for the 2026 Jubilee Holy Year, told AFP Monday she hoped the new pontiff will be a pope like Francis. "It was a difficult time for Catholicism," she said. "Churches are empty, and the church itself has made mistakes. All the scandals with the children," she said, referring to the widespread revelations of clerical sex abuse.